Hello everyone, welcome to Chatroom with Olajumoke. It's always a pleasure having you join me. Remember, Chatroom with Olajumoke is a place where we talk about better living. Okay, so this week I'm going to be talking about the power of influence. Yes, and it's going to be like I'm talking more to the female folk, to the ladies, to the women. But men, don't tune off. Remember, there is always something to learn. Okay, so the power of influence. That power of influence is like a secret weapon that God has given unto us as women. For example, a woman enters into a room, there's probably noise or there's commotion or something goes on, and then the woman, of course, she's in a position, she's in a power of position, and then she enters and she didn't say anything, she just speaks with her eyes, and you see everybody rearranging themselves. That's the power of influence. You'll see sometimes a man has made a decision, and then by the time he comes the following day, he comes and he's saying something else. If you look down very well, you will discover that there was a woman who had helped him to change his mind. That is the power of influence. In fact, young girls already have that power. They already manifest that power at a very young age. My own daughter, she's 5 years old, and she has that power over her dad. Her dad wants to correct her. She does something wrong. Her dad wants to correct her. And then you see her saying, doing the puppy eyes, and saying, "I will not do that again." And then when he looks into her adorable eyes, then he calms down. That is the power of influence. But here is the question I want to ask you today. That power that you have, what are you using it for? Are you actually using it to uplift people, to make people live better, or you are manipulating people with that power of influence? Now let's go to the Bible. Herod married his brother's wife, who is Herodias. John the Baptist corrected it and told him this is not the will of God. And then, since then, Herodias was after John's life. Now an opportunity came. It was her daughter's birthday. Herod asked the daughter to tell him whatever she wanted, and he was going to do it. Herodias now told her daughter to ask for the head of John the Baptist. The promise had already been made. Herod couldn't change his mind, and the head was actually given to her. Now Herodias manipulated her husband and also manipulated her daughter, also turned her daughter to a manipulator. See Jezebel in the Bible, see Delilah in the Bible. Both of them were manipulators. They were in a position where they used the power that they had to make the people do what they wanted. And of course, you know the end of those people. People who do things like that, you know the end, you know their end. Now let's see Esther in the Bible. Esther was in a position of power as well. But what did she use her power to do? Now, she came to the king, made him comfortable, sorted him first before stating her own needs. She sorted the king first. She was not selfish. Then when she knew that the king was comfortable, then she stated her own need. And of course, you know, when she stated her need, she didn't stay on it and start saying, do it like this, do it like this. She left it for him to make his decision. And then she finished the rest on her knees. We all know the story, and we know how the whole thing turned out. She used her own power of influence to save her people. Now you are in that position of authority. You have that power today. You are in that position. You are that boss, or you are the wife of that boss, or you find yourself in a certain position of power. What are you using your own power of influence for? Are you helping people to better? Are you helping people to grow? Are you sorting people out? Or you are a manipulator, making people do only what you want, not thinking about the needs of others. See, manipulation is equivalent to the sin of witchcraft. Yes, you are in that position of power today. Use it very well. Remember, Yoruba says, "Igba olobi orere," because where you are right now, you might not be there forever. What are you using that power that you have for right now? When you leave that position, or when you leave where you are at the moment, what will people say about you? Will they remember you for good? Or will they breathe a breath of relief and say, "Oh, thank God, this manipulator has gone"? Think about these things. The power of influence that you have, what are you using it for? I hope I've been able to pass this message across to somebody. Thank you for being a part of this week's episode. Don't forget to keep keeping it real. And as you go this week, use your power of influence for good and don't manipulate. Thank you again. Bye.